it's a lot of moving parts with me and Wayne, and it's important to me that I fix it.
It was impossible to have any type of genuine or real feelings. I was on stage. I was in performance mode. I was trying to think about the words for the next song. Honestly, so I was just trying to make sure he didn't say it at a time where it was my verse and I messed up a line or something.
Man, Turk, shout out to Turk, you little you ain't here, but you. We gon' you and we won't you. You heard me? Damn. We gon' with that.
It looks like Lil Wayne has finally had enough, and this time he's not even trying to hide it. After Birdman went off on Turk during the Cash Money verses, No Limit Showdown, fans instantly started connecting the dots. Wayne's reaction, that quiet, blank stare, said way more than any tweet or post ever could. You could feel it. This one hit deep. Because let's be real, these weren't just label mates, they were brothers. The Hot Boys came up from nothing together, grinding side by side and changing hip-hop forever. For years, Wayne treated Birdman like family, called him Pops, defended him through lawsuits, drama, and betrayal. But this time, that silence felt cold, almost final. And maybe it should, because when you piece it all together, the lawsuits, the money beef, the shady deals, it starts to look like Birdman didn't just mess up friendships, he might have destroyed the entire legacy of Cash Money Records. So let's get into how Birdman went from being the mastermind behind the Hot Boys to the reason they'll probably never reunite again. It all popped off at ComplexCon during the highly anticipated Cash Money versus No Limit Versus style event on October 25th, 2025. Fans were expecting pure nostalgia, legendary throwbacks, reunions, good vibes all around, but instead Birdman grabbed the mic and flipped the whole energy upside down. Out of nowhere, he shouted, "Shout out to Turk, you a little BH. You ain't here, we gonna farm with you when we wanna fall with you." The crowd froze. For a split second, you could hear a pin drop before the whole place exploded. People were in shock. Phones out, clips posted within seconds, and social media went wild. Fans started tagging Turk like crazy, pulling up old interviews, demanding answers. What went down this time? Later that night, Turk went live looking calm, but you could tell he was done being disrespected. That's when he dropped the line that shook the internet. "Give me my percentage." That hit like a truth bomb, because this wasn't just about pride or words. This was about loyalty, broken promises, and cold, hard money. That one line had fans putting the puzzle together, wondering if Birdman's been playing this same game with everyone all along.
But besides that, you got the Wayne, Drake, Nicki, the Hot Boys. Before that, the Ross, and Cali, all them niggas come from under my umbrella. Every last one of them niggas. Ain't too many niggas ain't been up under my umbrella. If they say it or don't say it, all them niggas.
Meanwhile, Lil Wayne stayed totally silent. But sometimes silence screams the loudest. To really get why this runs so deep, you've got to rewind, way before the fame, before Cash Money even existed. The name Hot Boys didn't come from a record label meeting or marketing plan. It started in the Magnolia projects of New Orleans back in the late 80s. The real Hot Boys were street legends: Sterling, Donnie, Mosquito, and Terrence "Gangsta" Williams, Birdman's own brother. These were men who ran the city, feared, respected, and known for being untouchable. Their names had weight in the streets long before any of them touched a mic. But that story took a dark turn fast. One by one, they were either killed or locked up. Only Gangsta Williams survived long enough to see Birdman take that same name and turn it into a music empire. And now, decades later, that legacy's back under fire again. When Birdman later decided to use the name Hot Boys for his rap crew, it wasn't just a creative choice, it was a power move. He took a name born from real street legends and flipped it into a money-making empire. That's the genius and the curse of Birdman. By the mid-1990s, Birdman and his brother Slim had turned Cash Money into a full-fledged record label. But to make it pop, they needed a crew that embodied New Orleans the same way the original Hot Boys did in the streets. That's where the new lineup came in. Lil Wayne, Juvenile, Turk, and BG, the new age Hot Boys. These four had everything: the look, the hustle, and the hunger to take over hip-hop. Birdman saw dollar signs everywhere. He branded them like legends before they even hit Billboard. Suddenly, the Hot Boys were everywhere. Mixtapes, music videos, magazine covers, rocking icy chains, driving luxury whips, and screaming loyalty to Baby like he was family. And it worked. Albums like Get It How You Live and Guerrilla Warfare turned them into Southern rap royalty overnight. But that loyalty came with a cost, and it was a big one.
See this man. Y'all see what's going on. I think No Limit won. That's my honest opinion. They was more organized. They was grown up about the city.
Birdman kept every piece of control. Contracts, publishing, royalties, all of it. He owned the dream. They just lived in it. At first, no one questioned him, because to them, Birdman was Pops, the man who made everything possible. But when the money started rolling in and checks weren't matching the fame, cracks started to show, and fast. Juvenile was the first to walk, calling out shady business and missing payments. Then BG followed, flat out calling Birdman a crook. Turk ended up locked up, and when he got out, the money he thought he had waiting was gone. Meanwhile, Wayne stayed loyal, defended Birdman in interviews, called him Pops, and refused to speak against him. But deep down, even he could see the math wasn't mathing anymore. Birdman wasn't just a CEO, he was the gatekeeper. The second you questioned him, your whole career hit pause. But Wayne was sharp. He watched what happened to everyone else and quietly started planning his escape, one that would flip the entire industry upside down. By 2015, Lil Wayne had finally had enough. He filed a $51 million lawsuit against Birdman and Cash Money Records. Yes, $51 million. Wayne claimed he was owed an $8 million advance, plus another $2 million after finishing Thought Carter 5. And to make it worse, Birdman allegedly held back profits from Wayne's own label, Young Money Entertainment. Basically, Birdman was stacking the profits while Wayne was out here keeping the brand alive, carrying Cash Money on his back while still getting shorted. And that's when fans realized this wasn't just business gone bad, it was the unraveling of one of hip-hop's biggest brotherhoods. Birdman, of course, denied everything. He swore up and down that he never held Wayne's music hostage, but behind the scenes, Wayne was furious. His biggest project, The Carter Fee, was trapped in limbo for years because of the same messy business drama. Fans were begging for it, the label was stalling, and Wayne was stuck. Then, in 2018, it finally ended with a settlement rumored to be worth over $10 million. But not long after, Birdman went on record bragging that he'd given Wayne $400 to $500 million, which, let's be real, nobody believed for a second. So yeah, when they hugged it out for the cameras, everyone knew that peace was just for show. A photo op, not a fix. To be fair, Birdman has tried to defend himself publicly, saying everyone got paid and that people just don't understand how the business works. He's even claimed he gave Wayne hundreds of millions through Universal's distribution deals. But every time he throws out those numbers, the math never matches the receipts. And what really gets people heated, Birdman never hides his lifestyle. He's out here flexing with private jets, diamond-covered watches, and million-dollar gifts, while many of his old artists are still struggling to rebuild their careers or waiting for the money they earned. That's what hurts the most. Birdman built his empire on loyalty and family. That was his whole message. We all eat together. But once the big checks started coming in, that family vibe vanished quick. And just when things were starting to quiet down, boom, here comes Terrence Gangsta Williams, Birdman's real-life older brother, the original hot boy, stepping out of prison in 2022 after serving over 23 years. His release shook the whole city and the internet. Nobody saw it coming, not even Birdman himself. And once Gangsta started talking, things got even wilder. He began doing interviews breaking down the real story of the Hot Boys, not the rap group, but the street crew, and dropping raw truths about how Cash Money was built. He basically confirmed what fans had been suspecting for years, that Birdman took the Hot Boys name, their legacy, and even parts of their real stories, and flipped it into a music empire without ever giving them proper credit. And when reporters asked Birdman how he felt about his brother being released, he straight up acted like Gangsta didn't exist. No shout out, no comment, nothing. That silence said everything. It proved what a lot of people already believed. In Birdman's world, loyalty only goes one way. Now, nearly 30 years later, the Hot Boys' legacy still feels unfinished. BG is finally home after a long stretch, Juvenile still performs and tours, Turk keeps calling out Birdman in interviews, And Wayne, he's too rich, too scarred, and way too far gone to ever look back. Fans keep begging for a Hot Boys reunion, but let's be honest, that dream might never happen. The wounds cut way too deep. Birdman may have built the brand, but in doing so, he broke the bond. The Hot Boys weren't just a rap group. They were a brotherhood that stood for loyalty, struggle, and survival. But once money, power, and pride got in the mix, everything fell apart. Now, with Birdman back online throwing subtle disses and flexing like nothing ever happened, it's clear this story's far from over. Every time Wayne stays silent, every time Turk speaks his truth, and every time Birdman pops off about his riches, the whole world gets reminded behind all those platinum plaques and flashy chains was a family that never really healed. The question haunting everyone now isn't just about unpaid millions, it's about something way bigger. What else does Birdman owe them? Something money could never buy. Respect, closure, maybe even forgiveness, because no matter how much success they each have, that broken brotherhood still echoes louder than any hit song they ever made. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.